Hi, welcome to the Big Bear Homestead, and today we're going to be doing another garden tour. Okay, so it's Wednesday. It's time for a garden tour, and I figure we change things up a little bit here, and we'll start out here in the row garden. Now, this entire week we've been having great weather. We've been in the mid to upper 80s, lower 90s all week, but we've been having a good steady rainfall. We get a little bit of a rain, a little bit more than a drizzle for about 30-45 minutes, and then we'd get a 2-hour window, and then it would drizzle for another 30-45 minutes, an hour. Now have had the occasional downpour, but those downpours have only lasted 30 minutes tops. But it's been like this the whole week. Absolutely been loving it. Thank you, Jesus, for this wonderful weather. But on the downside of it, as you can see in my row garden, a lot of the weeds have started to take over. But so have my vegetables. My vegetables have been growing by leaps and bounds. The tomatoes in here have almost overnight sprung up. I need to come in here after I'm done with this and secure them back to the cattle panel. We need to get in here and weed around the straight neck squash and the zucchinis. I do have some squash on the plants that it's time for us to harvest. And then we also have our okra that has grown at least 4 inches since we've started getting all of this great weather. It wasn't, but maybe, what was it, last week or the week before? Excuse me. We told you guys that they just broke ground. Well, now they're up really well. And so let's cruise on over here to the front yard garden, as long as I don't break my neck on this hill right here. That was close. All right, so awfully green in there, which is great. So as we walk up into the front yard garden, besides needing to have to do some grass cutting, we got the 2 rosemary bushes that are doing phenomenal. And then we come up to the arbor. Now, we added a new raised bed here on the arbor, and we planted birdhouse gourds in there, and they have broken ground. So I'm very excited about those because I can't wait to get those, let them dry out, and hang them up next year for the birds. Robin's loofah gourds are taking off, and they are climbing up the arbor. So I know she's really excited about that. That means we've got to really beat feet. Probably tomorrow we'll rip down this old hardware cloth that's up here on the top and put some bigger fencing so that way her loofahs can fall down through and hang. In our experimental bed, the orange and the blue, well, we don't see any real differences, which is weird. When it comes to the Kentucky Wonders, both of them are performing at about the same. It looks like a couple of weeks ago that my compost was doing a little bit better, and I think that was because I still had some wood chips and stuff in there that hadn't fully decomposed, and so they were still absorbing the water and slowly releasing it. So that side at the time being may have had better moisture control than with the soil 3. But now that we've been getting this weather like how it should be, the soil 3 beans have caught up, and they're all climbing up the trellis really nice. When it comes to the radishes did better in the soil 3 than it did in mine. And so we didn't put any squash over here, and we need to. But the squash in mine are doing really well. We'll probably sow these guys by seeds here to continue on with succession planting. with the Brussels sprouts, I am pleased to announce I have baby Brussels sprouts on a lot of my plants in here. So super excited about that. I can't wait to see how far those guys make it. So we still haven't been able to locate the caterpillar or the slug that's eating my Brussels sprouts. So what we're going to do this week, we have to go up to Meyer Hatchery to the Customer Appreciation Homesteading Festival that they're putting on. We're a keynote speaker. We're speaking 3 times there on predator control. After we come back, we're going to be doing a series of videos about how we deal with pests in our garden through the use of essential oils and other methods, other organic methods. And so with that, we're going to show you guys what we're going to do to the Brussels sprouts and the cabbage to deal with what we got going on there. But with the cabbage, we have some heads forming. Robin is super excited about that. Me, not so much. I mean, I like sauerkraut, but I don't like what cabbage does to my bride. In my next bed with my Boston pickling cucumbers and my bush beans and more radishes, as you can see. Now this is a soil 3 bed. Both of them are doing great. They're doing fantastic. We do have a cucumber beetle, bug, whatever it is, on my plants. We'll be showing you guys later how we're going to be taking care of those. But if you look, both sides are doing really well. That's the osprey. Look. That was the osprey. Oh, wow. I so hope I got him on film. I'm going to finish up this garden tour. I'm going to let him get set back there, and I'm going to see if I can go back there and get him and include it in the B-roll. He has been coming around here for the past like 3 months. All he does is he swoops down into my pond. He'll grab a catfish or 2 or a grass carp. He'll perch up and he'll eat it, and then he leaves. He comes around like once a month, maybe twice a month. He's not really a huge threat to my chickens or anything. He doesn't mess with them, and he doesn't mess with the ducks. So he can stay and come and pick off a fish every now and then if he wants to. But that was super cool. He flew right overhead. I hope we got that on film. But anyway, okay, my pizza garden. Okay, as you can see, the soil 3 compost is just outperforming my compost all the way around, with the tomato plants, with the basil, with the peppers. The pepper plants are taller. They've got, both of them have peppers on it, but the one in the soil 3 bed, the plant is bigger. When you come over here to my first eggplant, this is just a regular eggplant. That's the Japanese eggplant. But again, soil 3 compost, doing great, has an eggplant on it. The beans are flowering, so we're excited about that. There's nothing on the peppers yet but flowers, so we're keeping an eye on that. Then our Japanese eggplant, this is a white eggplant. It's doing rather well. Got a good, decently sized eggplant on it. Flowers on the pepper plants. Now our tomatillo, or however you say this plant, man, this thing is going wild, going crazy. It is slap full of the little tomatilla tomatoes or whatever these. I've never had one of these before. So Robin has, she absolutely loves them. And so boom, it's here. It's going wild, going crazy. I really can't wait to taste these. This thing is loaded down. Super excited about that. And then we've got our other bed over here from plants that Robin tried to rescue, a small tomato plant and some basil. This tomato plant is coming back and starting to grow. The basil's coming back. In our square foot garden over here, the peppers are doing good. We finally got some stuff to start to break ground in the back. Some more peppers and tomatoes. In our sister's garden, the corn is doing good, but I think it's getting ready to top on me, so that's not good. Radishes are ready to harvest. The squash, this is the one that has the twin on it that Robin made a post about on Instagram. If you didn't see it, you need to go check it out. That post is very, very well placed. And radishes and the corn. And then over here to this blue bed, this was the one that I was telling you about a couple weeks ago where nothing germinated. And then we were speculating that it was because of the heat. Well, the cucumbers, some of the cucumbers are up, doing really well, and it looks like some of the lima beans are starting to break ground also. Now we come through rescue plant city, what I call here. The lavenders are doing good. The other eggplant that we put in the bag is doing well. The tomato plant that's in the bag is doing well. Now Robin picked up these grafted citrus trees. There's like a key lime and some type of orange in one, and then a lime and a Meyer lemon on the other one. They are starting to produce fruit. So I was kind of skeptical at first, but starting to look like we might get something out of them. Her squash or zucchini rescue, those have bounced back, started to do good. We need to mulch around them. She did lose the bee balm. She wasn't able to save that one. We did everything we could with that. Her, I forget what these things are called. I want to call them, they're not elephant ears, but they're, dadgummit. Anyway, they got medicinal purposes. I forget what they're called. The peppers that she snagged. Now, these pepper plants were, I pretty much wrote them off, but we put them in the bed anyway. We mulched them, and whammo, they have bounced back hardcore, and we've got a good amount of peppers on those. Her tomatoes and other peppers that she went to rescue, the tomatoes are coming back. The peppers, we're still on the fence with. I don't know how well they're gonna come back. And the sweet potatoes have literally started to take over that area as a very good ground cover. Her carrots are up around her rosemaries. And then these, this long Spanish purple radish is doing phenomenal. Now Robin grabbed the paper or the packet, and there's supposed to be a fall radish. And once it got cooler, they started doing really well. We're going to see how well they do, and then we are going to obviously replant them again in the fall. All right, let's walk around back here and see if we can catch a glimpse of this osprey. I got a blue heron crane over there in the corner. Ooh, sorry. That was a crane. That was a blue heron. That wasn't the osprey that flew. Let's see if he's over here. That root looked like a snake. Well, it's gotten pretty thick over here. So, oh well. Hopefully in the post-production I'll be able to zoom in on it and you guys will be able to get a, sorry about that. hopefully I'll be able to zoom in on him in post, and you guys will be able to get a good look at him. Well, I hope you guys have enjoyed this garden tour. We got a little bit of an excitement with the osprey, and we'll see you guys in the next video. Come back next week. Let's see what kind of stuff we got going on in the garden. And thanks for coming by the Big Bear Homestead. God bless, and have a nice day.